Hello, my name's Mark Willis and I'm the Kansas City Keto Cook. I've been bringing these videos to try to share some of the recipes that me and my family have used on our keto journey. As we've had this transformative experience doing keto and intermittent fasting, we decided that the foods that we eat, we wanted to be delicious, easy to make, and foods that we wanted, that we looked forward to eating. So I wanted to share some of those recipes with you, and I thought today we'd talk about what we've always been told is the most important meal of the day: breakfast. Now, if you've tried intermittent fasting at all, you know that you don't always eat breakfast at breakfast time. When we do intermittent fasting at my house, we eat on what's called a 6-18 window. So we eat in a 6-hour window, and then we fast for 18 hours until the next day when we eat again in a 6-hour window. My wife likes getting up and having breakfast first thing. So she fasts from about she eats from about 8 in the morning until about 2 in the afternoon. That's her 6-hour window. I'm not as big as eating when I first get up, so I usually start my window later, sometimes around 11 o'clock, and then I go until about 5. This allows me to have something for dinner around that 4:30, 5 o'clock time. But the great thing about breakfast is versatile and delicious. You can have it anytime. You can have it for breakfast. You can have it as your first meal. You can have it for dinner. You can have it anytime you like. And there's so many great keto options in breakfast. From your eggs to your bacon and your sausage and your ham and your cheeses and your vegetables. So many different things we can make there. So I wanted to share with you today one of our favorite breakfasts here at my house. As a matter of fact, most days, this is the breakfast we like to start with. And it's going to start with some of our keto rolls. Now, we made these in an earlier video, and I'm going to include that link down below for you. But we're just going to slice those rolls, and we're going to drop those in the toaster. Now, I've noticed my rolls in my toaster burn when it's on high, so I've got it set down about medium, just so that doesn't happen again. So we're going to start the toast over there, and then we're going to start our skillet. Now you want to heat your skillet up. When I first start, I like to go ahead and start my skillet on high. Now I'm not going to cook on high, especially not eggs, but I just want to get that oil in there heated up. Now the oil we're using today is bacon grease. When we make bacon at my house, we always save the grease, because nothing to me is more delicious than eggs fried in bacon grease. So even on the days that I don't make bacon, I still get that flavor on my eggs. So we're going to heat our oil up here and get it nice and hot. We've got our 2 eggs. I'm making 2 sandwiches this morning. For your choice of meat on the sandwich, I'm going to go today with ham. I like ham because it's easy. I don't have to pre-cook it. I can just get this out of the refrigerator and throw it in the skillet and warm it up, and boom, we're ready to go. So I'm just going to get that. I'm going to fold it up so it'll fit on my rolls that I'm going to put it on. But you can use bacon for this. You want to get up early, make some bacon, or make some extra bacon, eat on it throughout the week. I've got a great breakfast sausage recipe that we can do later in a video, and you can make patties out of that if you want. Put that on these. I've even taken leftover steak. Let me turn my heat down. Once I get the pan nice and hot, I'm going to turn it down to a medium-high heat. My stovetop here goes up to 10. I'm going to put it on about 6. We're going to go ahead and start our eggs. Now, you absolutely, positively do not need these. However, because in addition to being a good cook and loving to eat, I'm also whimsical. And so my wife got me these egg forms to use when we're making our breakfast sandwiches. And the great thing about these, let me pull my first batch of rolls out here, drop the next batch down. I'm going to add my eggs inside these. The silicone won't burn or melt, and it makes the egg perfectly round for your sandwich. Now again, this is not something that you need to have. It is merely something whimsical that I laughed about and my wife thought I would enjoy. So we got those. You drop the egg in there. You're going to put a little salt on it. Don't be afraid of your salt. Next, we're going to add some pepper, just ground pepper. Some black pepper in there. And then while those eggs are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and add my ham to start warming up on one side. All right, can you see that okay? We've got the eggs in there, we've got the ham in there warming up. Like I said, I've got it on a medium-high heat. Let me go ahead and butter my rolls. Now for some of you, you might be able to use real butter or ghee. I've had some issues with dairy in my life to where I cut it all out. So this is still Smart Balance that I'm using for my butter today. But that's what we're going to put on there. However, working with Dr. Dyer, one of the things I've discovered is that I can't eat some cheeses. He had me start by trying some low lactose cheeses like Parmesan cheese, and I didn't have a reaction to it. So I started researching some of the other low lactose cheeses that are out there that lose their lactose in the aging process. And Swiss is on that end of the spectrum, and I love Swiss cheese. So I'm going to take one slice of Swiss here. I flipped my ham over, so I'm putting it on the hot side now. And I'm just going to let that sit in there and melt. My other roll popped up, so let me get it out and get it ready. Well, that all is cooking there. Now on these eggs, I'm going to cook my eggs over hard. That's how I like them on my breakfast sandwich. My wife likes a runnier yellow, a runnier yolk. So she prefers her eggs over medium, and I'll show you a simple way to do that. If you want them over medium, that's easy enough to do as you're cooking them up here. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I want mine over hard, so I'm going to go ahead and break the yolk, just nice and gently. I'm going to pull that yolk out into the rest of the egg. If you wanted your eggs over medium, don't do that step. Leave them like they are, and what you're going to do is, let me take my whimsical little egg forms off here, making my round eggs. Now I'm going to flip mine over with that yolk broken and let them finish cooking. What you would do with the over medium is when the whites are almost all the way done, almost all the way to that yolk, you're going to flip them over and you're going to give them about 20 to 24 seconds and then pull them off. And that egg is going to be perfectly over medium. When you bite into that yolk, it's going to gush all over the place, get all over your face and your clothes. And that's why I don't do it. But if you like it like that, that is to say slimy and gross, absolutely, you're welcome to cook them that way. But if you want to cook them correctly, then we'll do them over hard. So we're going to let those eggs finish up cooking. Our cheese is getting melted here. I'm going to turn my fan off. Our cheese is getting melted. Now I go ahead and pull the ham off first because it's got that melted cheese on there. And I want that cheese to be between the ham and the egg. So when I put the hot egg on here, that cheese is going to keep melting even as my sandwich is sitting there waiting to be eaten. So our eggs are done. We're going to pull those off. Just set those right on top of that cheese right there. I missed a little piece of egg here. Don't want to miss out on my goodness. All right. And just like that, we have made our very own Egg McMuffin. You've got your bun, you've got your egg, your ham, your cheese. And again, you can make this with bacon. You can make this with bacon. You can make this with sausage. I've used sliced steak on it. You know, if you don't want to eat meat on it, you could do a portobello mushroom and grill that up with some cheese on it and put that on there. So many different varieties. But this is a great little breakfast sandwich, a great way to start your day, and whenever it starts, when you come off your fast. And I know that Dr. Dyer, who I've been working with, I know breakfast is his favorite meal of the day. So I'm really hoping he'll give these a try and maybe comment down below. Let us know what he thinks of them. You give them a try too and tell us what you think. Tell us of other variations, maybe different cheeses you tried or different types of meat on it. Let us know how that turned out in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Good eating.